Happy Flosstube Friday, friends! My name is Kari. This is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to Flosstube episode number 98. Yay! Welcome! Happy Friday! Happy last Friday of March. I am finally back. I took a week off. I'm so sorry. The to-do list is long, and I didn't have enough, I thought, to come back and share with you. Plus, it was one of those things where I just couldn't even squeeze it in because the to-do list. Anywhoosie, let's dive into today. I've got a table full. When you only come back every 2 weeks, which is now going to be my normal, I'm really going to try to come back every week, but that does create quite a pile in front of me. So let's dive into my table of contents like I love to do, just so you know what all the good things that are coming. Are you excited? I'm excited. I'm talking extra fast. I can tell. Slow it down. Okay, welcome. Yay. So today I have got, like I said, a little bit of stuff for you. I'm pretty excited about it. I've got two fully finishes. One's a new start fully finished. You've never seen it. So excited. One is a framed piece. I tried something. I have a story to tell for you, as well as I have a new stitch start, as well as lots of Tiger Lily shop, Patreon, what I'm doing in the world, updates and things to share. But that's at the end. We're going to dive into the stitching just in case you're here to get some stitching eye candy. Oh, and I also have some fabulous Stitchy Kindness that popped in the mail. And that's what I've got for you. Okay, let's dive in. Now, I know you saw the thumbnail, so I'm not going to make you wait any longer. La, 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 la. Okay, yes, I'm dancing because I'm super excited. Okay, friends, this is my fantastic... The giant, the rose, the giant, you know this one. It's Hands Across the Sea sampler. It's gorgeous. I did not pull my project bag because I was just so giddy to come show you. Now, why am I giddy to show you? I mean, I've showed you the fully finished a while ago. I don't even remember. This was my sweet friend, Alicia, the Fancy Floss Flamingos birthday start. We started this back in September. I finished it sometime here recently. I showed it to you sometime in Flosstube, the fully finished, but it's a wonky size, super wonky, right? And this was not something that I could just go to a thrift store and find a frame. So instead, I decided this week was the week. Yes, it was. It was actually last weekend. I got out my miter saw. You know the miter saw. I do have a little bit experience with the miter saw, so, take that with a grain of salt. I put crown molding up and board and batten in my old house in my previous life. I thought that was something I wanted to do, and I did it. Thank you, YouTube University, figured out how to do it. So I kind of understand the mechanics and angles and math, day job with numbers. So I get that. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? I buy a $6 thrifted frame and it doesn't work. Okay, well, I'm going to try. I'm going to try before I go to a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby or order online, which is what I did for Mary Morgan's, which was fantastic. I had a great experience with that shop. Totally forget what it was. But, I ordered a custom frame online for that one. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a whirl. And I'm so excited. Now, I will put in here, if I can figure out how to do that, a little video. I took some videos of me doing it. So it is basically a $6 thrifted frame. It was this huge... I'm sure it was lovely in its previous life. The artwork that was inside this frame was very like 1980s, which is fantastic. Just not something that it wasn't selling on the shelves in the thrift store. So it was $6. But look, this was the frame as is. Gorgeous. Now, $6 miter frame. I have no problem. Listen, I would show you the back of my cross stitch too. So this is just a piece of scrapbook paper that's covering up the, I did lace it. So I pinned it and then I laced it. And so it is ready to go. Beautiful. And it's on foam board. So, I will do a tutorial on this if you guys want me to. Just let me know in the comments down below. But it was so much fun. And I do have a second frame. So once I pulled out the miter saw and I figured it out, I was like, let's go ahead and make another one. So Harriet Hay is coming. So I have her custom frame thing. But the one thing I do want to share with you, share with you, show, shell, share, shop. Yeah. is this little fantastic Amazon doohickey. Now, the thing with corners, now again, I'm not going to do, this is not the tutorial, so if you want a tutorial, let me know. But, you know, I miter sawing 45-degree angle corners, pieces of wood, not rocket science, but then I have 4 pieces of wood. How the heck? And so, of course, I have clamps, wood choppy type stuff. But then I was like, no, I need to, so go on the trusty Amazon. I actually ordered 3 different products that were sold exclusively, made for, that's the best thing about Amazon, is that I could try out 3 different versions of clampy things. Yep. Very technical terminologies here in making a frame. And so that way I could return the 2 that didn't make sense. And so I will, because I'm going to show you the one that worked perfect. Now, I will have this link down below, my Amazon shop. And let's see. So the cool thing about this thing, just to show you, again, but it just lets you, it has 4 little plastic corners. And of course, rope for days. So like the Harriet Hay frame is this biggish, I don't know, but there's plenty of things. And so you just squeeze it in there and then you and then that dries. So I was testing. So like I said, I'll link that down below. Super handy, great, Amazon, love that. I wanted to make sure, I didn't know after I cut the thing if I was going to be able to just use wood glue. So I did use Gorilla Glue wood glue, if that matters, to connect the 2 corners, or to connect the 4 corners. But I didn't know if I was going to have to get out my staple gun and the air compressor and all that, if the glue wasn't going to be enough. But really, I mean, this is holding a stitch piece. The glue is great. So that's all you need, is you just need the wood glue and the clampy doodah and a little bit of time, patience. Then you cut your board. And so, I mean, $6, friends. I'm going to be dangerous. And meaning my stash from thrift storing might grow a little bit now, because, you know, now I'm going to be looking at all the frames, not just ones that are the perfect size I need, which is what I used to do. I used to go thrifting and have a list of, ooh, I need this 11 by 14. Or, ooh, I need this 16 by 20 frame. Forget that. I just need beautiful frames. The bigger the better, because then I can just make it any size I want. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Okay, so that was my fun, super fun. Like, I won't say I'm addicted but now, like, everything I finish, does it need to be a tiny little frame? Yes, it does. So, like, I could make a frame that is this tiny. I won't, because that's crazy town. But the moral of the story is this little doodad thing can make some tiny things. All the things. Because I know that's one of the things that's limited when you go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's. They're like, you know, one side has to be a minimum 5, 4. I don't know. But tiny things they don't like to do. Perfect. Sticky board, pinning, lacing, all easy. Totally things that I can totally share with you, and we'll do it together. I'm so excited. Miter saw is a little tricky. Not gonna lie, but it's totally doable. Just don't slice your hands off, okay? You need all your fingers for your stitching. Okay, yay. All right, let me, what's next? So my next stitchy share with you was actually a new start. It was one of those things where sometime this week, 2 weeks, since I saw you last, I got a little bee in my bonnet, and I was like, you know what? I want a new start, and I'm gonna do it today. Do you get that way? Just sometimes you just like, you don't want to, nothing that you have is really calling to you. And of course, this was a market release, and it like called to me when I was standing in Liz's room at market. And so I was pretty excited that I actually held off as long as I did. So look at me. Remember me, sampler and tree. I showed you guys this during my market haul. So this is what I started. Super excited. I put it in my watermelon bag. I know that it's a basket of oranges. I don't have an orange bag, but I thought fruit, we're in the same thing. I love this. I should make myself an orange bag. I have a tutorial on YouTube that it makes all these little free, these little fruit quilt blocks using my super interfacing, like, it's not cheater, but fantastically easy way to do that. Anywhoosie, so I went to my stash and I got my board for you. And what I did, as I love to do, is I just pulled from stash. Now, Liz charted, let me see. I don't even know. Yes, okay. Liz charted this in MPIs and then gives a very thoughtful DMC conversion. Gorgeous, fantastic, both. But what I love to do is just look at the colors of the cover and be like, okay, so I need 2 oranges, 3 greens, a fox color, a little critter color, you know, so I just did that. That's what I did. And I mixed and matched and pulled from stash. And here is my floss in a hot mess. I know, not pretty, but I will get my a project tracker card written up and I will share that with you guys on Instagram. I have a post Whip Wednesday next week. Next week's Whip Wednesday will definitely be this sweet little sampler treat. And I will share my conversion just in case you love it. And it's really, I mean, like I told you, I just pulled from stash. There was 3 greens, 2 oranges, this creamy white color, and then some golds. It looks very much like the sampler. Actually, if I do say so, I'm not doing the sampler, I'm doing the tree. Remember, because I got that fabulous frog. But it looks very comparable, but I'm just using overdyed from stash. Or I could have pulled DMC from stash. I just sometimes like to just go to my drawers, which are right there. And they're all, those are my overdyes and my silks. Overdyes, that's the non-DMC. There's 3 of those across the shelf. And I go in there and I just pull, one of the drawers has like reds and oranges, one of the greens and blues. And so I just pull the whole drawer out and I just sit there and play. I just do my own little floss pull and that's how I do it. Weird, right? But no, maybe not. I don't know. But that's what I did. My apologies. I did not iron this. I almost forgot that I actually started it till I went over to my little rolly cart and was like, oh man. Okay, so I'm stitching this on 36 count Dirty U from Dames of the Needle. And like I said, I am doing the tree. Do you remember why I'm doing the tree? Because I got that gorgeous carnival glass flower frog. It's fantastic. I can't wait to finish this sampler tree on the flower frog. But look at cute. And so you can see when you use the overdyed, like see the little reindeer? Yeah. Stag? I don't know. The little dude. He's got a little movement in him. And then my I don't know, bordery flower grassy things. You can see it's actually showing up a little stark on the, it's not so like black and white or so deep in colors, variegated when you're looking at it up close. But I love it. I love, love, love it. I love using overdyes and things like that. I would have gone and pulled some DMCs for some of the smaller things that you don't, you know, bang for your buck and all. But since I was just pulling and there's really not a lot of stitches, like I could have just used 5200. I could have totally done that. But I was in my overdyed stash. No biggie. Use what you got. I just felt like I was winning because I was using my stash. So winning. So this is what I've got so far. This was so fun. So I'm just setting it up for some fill-in stitching because I do a monthly Zoom with some friends and I actually might stitch this week or this month. Truth be told, the last couple of times we've done Zooms, I am not stitching because I did once and then I ended up having to want a frog, but I ended up like it was just a hot mess. I'm not doing my best when I'm chatting with all my friends. It's just, you know, so if I set myself up for some fill-in, like this little green bubble or this green mountain, this green hill, the hills that the stags are on, that'll be perfect. So I just have to fill in right there. I can do that. Totally doable. Winning. Okay, so that was my sweet little start. I love it. I love it. I love it. It would be so great if I could just like this 2 nights. And that was this is going to be a quickie. The tree stitch is 108 by 155. Sounds big, but it's a lot. First of all, the 155 is like, you know, this, and we don't stitch all that, right? Because it's a triangle. And this is all very airy and movement. So the only dent stitching is right here. And in 2 nights, I got pretty good progress on the dents. I wanted to get to that orange bowl. Shocker, I wanted to get to the orange, right? But I'm going to give that some love. I did squirrel this week and did a lot of knitting. I did not bring in any knitting to show you. I'm going to have a separate or just show you next week. I don't know if it's going to be separate or not because I kind of, you know, rabbit hole, deep end, all the things. But that's one stitching. And the last, yeah, let me look at the table before I say the words. Yes. Last but not least is my start finish and fully finish since I was here last. Now, if you don't know, this is kind of like a segue into stitching / Tiger Lily new things in 2024. So stick around. As you know, 24, I've teased, I've told, I'm telling you, 2024 is going to be the year of fun. It's going to be lots of things are happening. Like we just did the beanie along. Fantastic. So many more beanies. Everybody is still beanieing and I'm excited for it. Like I've gotten messages. They're like, I made 4 beanies already. Everyone in my family now has a beanie. I love that. Okay. I'm beyond excited. I had to stop, call my mama, tell her this. So-and-so just made 4 beanies. And she didn't knit before she started this. And now she's not only made 1, she's made 4. I mean, rock stars. Rock stars. It's like a little proud mama moment that you guys, so many of you are now knitting and loving it. Do you have a yarn stash yet? You're welcome. I know collecting is like a whole nother world, but it's okay. It's okay. It's fun. If it brings you happiness, do it. So with that segue into, remember I started the Patreon as a way, that's where we did the beanie along, was on Patreon. It was all in the free aspects of the Patreon. When I started the Patreon, you can't just, you have to have a level. Patreon wants something. They won't let you play unless you do something. Well, I didn't want anybody. Like it was supposed to just be the free platform, just because I'm not a super fan of Facebook. And so I wanted to create the Tiger Lily community on Patreon, but totally free. But in the meantime, I had so many friends that because Patreon made me create a paid level, I just created what I called the Tiger Cub level. It's a $5 monthly commitment minimum that Patreon lets you do. And it was kind of just like general, it's kind of like a buy me a coffee, but in Patreon format. Kind of, maybe. Yeah. So it was a $5 a month commitment. I called it Tiger Cub. I had no idea what that was going to be. And really, this is a very organic thing and we're going to work together and figure it out. And it's going to be fabulous, as all things are really. But in the meantime, so I did the beanie along. Everybody that was on Patreon, that was an everyone thing, see. But I felt like these people that committed to the Tiger Cub level, first of all, my heart exploded. It was just like, oh my gosh, these people are signing up and I haven't even told them that they're getting anything. Like they could be getting nothing. And they're just doing it because they want to support me. I mean, I was beyond moved, and like it was a hug every time somebody did it. And so I was like, oh, okay, I need to start figuring this out. So we're figuring it out. But in the meantime, step 1 was for me to design just a sweet little stitch. Again, the Tiger Cub level, I haven't figured it out. It's going to change. It's going to be ever evolving, ever organic, all the things. What I can tell you is the Patreon is going to include some freebies. You know, in the years past, I've done freebies like the little Santa ornaments, my Subana girls. There was almost a new Subana girl. She had an umbrella, but she didn't come together. I didn't love her. I stitched her, didn't love her, and so then I zagged and did something else. But the more of the story is, you know, I've done free stitches. I've done free charts for you guys before, but this, instead of doing it just on my website, now it's going to be available for the Tiger Cub levels on Patreon. No rhyme or reason, no time commitment as to like 1 per quarter or 1 per, no, we're just going to like go with it, with the fun. It's going to be something fun every time. So there's going to be freebies. There's going to be exclusive sneak peeks. I have I think that's how you say it. I have sneak peeks some of the vintage stitching that's coming. Remember, in 2024, I'm not doing the Keeper Cub collections. Launches every 15th of the month because that was just something I had to back off of. But I love vintage stitching. And so it makes me happy. And it makes me happy to pair it up with fabrics. And actually, that's my favorite part of the whole thing. Let's just be honest. Curating fabrics and color, it's like playing with crayons, but they're fabrics and markers and water, like all the, it's like, love it. That's my favorite part, is matching up fabrics with vintage stitching and curating, and like the Keeper Club, which is right there for April. Can I say it's my favorite? I might, because it's so good, because it was so fun. And Anyway, this is my favorite part. It's mixing and matching and making this and that and all the things. And oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So the Patreon will also show sneak peeks of the randomness of behind the scenes. It's hard for me to show you guys behind the scenes a lot in the studio. I wish I could show you more behind the scenes, but the reality is because the Keeper Club is a secret, I can't show, like, unless I hide it in the corner. It's not really hideable in the corner. It takes over the whole room. I can't show you. Like, it's like, don't look here type of situation. So I'm going to try to figure out a way where I can share things with you that I'm working on that are in the studio, all the things, but not ruin the Keeper Clubs for you, right? Okay, so there's going to be sneak peeks. I do have a vintage stitching drop coming sometime. It's one of those things where it gets done when it gets done. It's in the works. That's the moral of the story. And I did sneak peek the vintage stitching that was going to be in the works to the Tiger Cubs on Patreon a while ago. So fun. But also as a Tiger Cub member, you're going to get early access to the vintage stitching drops. Like I said, they're not going to be a timed commitment thing. So I'm going to drop it to the Tiger Cubs first. And then whatever's left over the next day, I will bring out to everybody on Instagram. So anywho, but what did I do this week? Well, I went to my vintage stitching and I pulled out some vintage stitching, and then I was like, ooh, let me take this from this and this from that and put it all together, and then add a Tiger Lily twist because it's not Tiger Lily if there's not a twist to it. So without further ado, let me just show you. This is my sweet, block my face, let it focus. This is what I'm calling the Tiger Spring Basket. So this was a chart. So let me show you what it is. So here is the PDF. This is the download that's available as a Tiger Cub member on my Patreon. And so you get a full color photograph on the front cover. And then on the back side, there is the chart. And then it's charted in colors and all the details. So I do chart in color. I make my charts really big because I like to be able to see them without my glasses on. So if I want to see it, I hope that helps you. So it's in full color as well as symbols. It's charted in 3, 6, 9 colors. Okay, and I did do a pull from Stash color. So you'll look at this and you will see. So the Tiger Lily twist on this, in case you were wondering, let me block my face so it can focus properly. The Tiger Lily twist on this is, of course, I made my roses orange and purple. Yes, did y'all see last night's basketball game? Oh my gosh. The Elite Eight. Can you imagine? We haven't gone to March Madness Elite Eight since 1980. In case you didn't know, it's a big day for Eclipse and Tiger fans. So, but back to the stitching. I made my roses orange and purple. So, but you do not have to. If those are not your colors, no worries. This is charted with 3 colors for the roses, or a light, medium, and a dark for each rose. So you need 3 oranges and 3 purples. Or if you want reds and yellows or pinks and pinks, you can make it whatever you want. So it's just a light, a medium, and a dark, one color, a light, a medium, and a dark, another color. 2 colors for the basket. So you can actually see that little wicker design that I put in there. So it's just a light, a taupey brown, and a darker brown for your wicker basket. And then a green. So I just pulled one of my variegated greens, even though the greens look like it's different color greens. You get that with the variegation. That's my favorite part of overdyed floss. No changing of the threads, but you get that it happens in nature. Like this stem is not the same color as this stem. Same floss, not the same color. That's the fantasticness of it. Now, I did finish this on, let me tell you, this is finished on a 3-inch round tin. Now, of course, you can finish it on whatever you want. I had this tin. You can get these on Amazon, but I had this tin from my lotion bar that I bought in the Stacey Nash Designs at Market. I think if you go to Etsy, there are a couple people that are selling the Stacey Nash lotion bars, and it actually still smells like calla lily. Fantastic. But you can buy the empty tins yourself on Amazon. You have to get a whole ton of them. Or maybe you can find them. Maybe Hobby Lobby has something like this. I don't know. I didn't look. But that's what I did. I finished this on, this is a 3¼ inch round Tim. Now that mine is stitched on 36 count. So 36 count or 18 count will give you these dimensions. And then I used Chantel's 141, her beautiful circle makers. I will link them down below, but those are my favorite circle makers. So of course I made 2 different circles. One I made for the stitch. So this was a handy dandy ruler. There you go. Okay. So the inside circle is a 2½ inch circle. So the inside one is a I could have figured that out. 2½ inch circle from Chantel's circle maker. Her whole set gives you all the sizes you need. So you made that 2½, cut it out of sticky board. I actually used batting and I put some batting on the board, did that. And then I put my stitching on it, did the whole lace, because that's the best way I found to have nice, pretty round corners. I mean, I am team glue gun. So, and glue stick and glue, team glue. But when you're doing a round, I feel like it's worth the extra step or extra time, really. It's not an extra step, but it's worth the extra time to actually do that lacing where you go around and around the circle, back and forth and back and forth. So that way you just get a nice taut circle. So I actually did it for both the purple and the stitch piece. So I did the little gluing or the stitch around. This is Lori Holt. Let me grab it. This is the Lori Holt, large rickrack. So I think it's 1/2 inch, 3/8, almost 1/2 inch. But it's the Lori Holt rickrack that you can get on Fat Quarter Shop. So I will link that down below too. You can get that, and it's in the color pumpkin because, you know, but she's got gorgeous colors. And it comes on this wooden spool. How fun is that? Don't think that once I use all 12 yards of this, that'll take me a hot minute, that I won't be reusing the spools for something. Yes, I will. So that is Lori Holt trim in the color pumpkin. And then I just pulled this beautiful, somewhere from my purple stash right behind me. I just took my stitch over there. I'm like, ooh, look at this one. It's pretty. But the cool thing about this is I love a vintage stitch. Or I love a functional stitch. I could totally have made this a little pin pillow, like my little sheepy one right there. I could have put it on a box. I could have made it a dough pillow. I could have made it a needle book. So many things this sweet little stitch could have been. But I thought it was perfect. I love to make fun. I love to be able to use my stitchings when they're tiny like this. Decoration's pretty. Love them. Have a ton of them. But now I was like, oh, this fits perfect on this this board is a 3-inch circle and the tin is a 3¼ inch. I didn't want to forget to tell you that part. And then I glued it. It's glued, team glue, Aleene's glue, glue it on there, smush it, let it dry. Good to go. Good to go. Now this is the perfect little travel case, and that it will hold those little rubbery scissors with the topper things, those little tiny ones, totally fit in here. Needles fit in here, all the things. But also, if you're knitting, if you're joining me on a knitting journey, you know you need doodly things for your tapestry needles and your stitch markers and your counters. This functional little tin, I think I want to make a dozen of them to just have in all my little knitting bags. And then it's just pretty with a little stitch on it. So I thought it was just a cute little springtime basket. And of course I had to call it Tiger because it's orange and purple. So that is my sweet little chart that is available on Patreon. So, okay, so I have some Stitchy Kindness that came in the mail that I want to share with you. So first I got this beautiful card. How adorable is this card? So sweet. You know who would love this card? Zan. Have you watched Zan? Her little baby weenie. So cute. Okay, but I love this card. So my friend Lindsay, she wrote me about a month ago and said, I have something I need to send you. I can't. So she's like, I got your club back in October. And in the October box were these yummy Lake Erie was the candy shop, and it was these strawberry puffs because that was the strawberry thief fabric. Yes, there's a theme and I embraced it and all the things. But these strawberry gummies really were pretty good. Pretty cracktastic if you ask me. But she said that she went to the Lake Erie, this brick and mortar. It was actually a brick and mortar candy shop up in Pennsylvania. And I don't remember if she was going on vacation near there or if she lives near there. I don't remember exactly, but she went to this shop because she just loved those strawberry candies so much. How fun is that? And she's like, and then she sent me a picture of the entire wall of candy. I will see if I pop it in here. But she's like, I had to get you some more candies. How sweet is that? So these are the strawberries. So now I have another set of strawberries. Fantastic. And she sent me, look at these frosted. I just want you to know, I did open one. But for the most part, I didn't eat anything. So this is frosted spring pretzels. Okay, first of all, they're orange and purple covered pretzels. Is that not perfect? I mean, it's kind of pinky, but I'm going to say it's orange because I am. Then the cinnamon roll saltwater taffy. So fun. And this is the one I had to open. You know, just need a little quality control check right then. Beach glass candy. It's just so pretty. It does just look like beach glass, but it tastes really, really good. So she sent me those. So fun. Okay. But that's not all Lindsay sent me. I was blown away. Blown away. Look at this sweet thing. Love is kind. I cannot wait. I have to figure out where. I think I'm going to put it right there with my sewing machine stuff right there. It's just, and then, it's perfect. And this little, I've never done a heart finish, but it's nice. It's perfectly stuffed and it's got buttons. And look, Steve, like just the little things. You put a button on a felt flower and then you tie it's adorable. And it's got this gourd pin with buttons and then twine on the top. And then she stitched it. It's gorgeous. I was blown away. But wait, there's more. Think happy, be happy. Yes, this is I love everything about this. This is so fantastic. And last but not least, I saved the best for last. I mean, it's all very good. I love it all. But how sweet is this project bag? She said, I made a project bag especially for you because it made me think of you. Look, it says, live life happy, create your own sunshine, follow your soul, good things, be kind, say I love you, laugh out loud. I mean, I love everything about this fabric. I'm going to have to find it. And it's just beautiful. This fabric covered button zipper tag, beautiful coordinating words on the inside. So I can't wait to put a new start in here this week. So thank you so much, Lindsay. I was blown away. I had to call my mama and show her what my friend sent me. And I can't even. Thank you. Okay. So friends, now we're going to dive into some Tiger Lily updates. What I'm going to do, what's upcoming, all the things. So hopefully that's fun. I'm not going to try to make it too long, but I want to put it at the end in case it's not your jam. Let's see. So I told you about the Patreon and the chart. Check. So the other thing, I'm looking all around. I was like, where do I want to start? Okay, nice. The other thing is I did send a newsletter. I'm not a huge newsletter writer, to be honest. My newsletter dashboard told me the last one I sent was in November. So that's definitely not a big newsletter writer. I'm going to try to do better. At least like one a month or something. I don't know. I feel like I just put it all on Instagram or I bring it here. Like there's only so many things. There's only so many hours in the day to do all the things. I have to wear all the hats. So I did send a newsletter this week because I wanted to let you guys know about that chart that came out, as well as the Stitchy girls are retiring. 10? I think there's a 10 left. So if you've been waiting and these are my project tracker cards, right? You guys have seen them if you've been around at all. So these are my project tracker cards. These are the Stitchy girls. It's a set of 48 cards. You get 12 of each design. There's about 10 bundles left. And I'm already creating the next theme set. So we're retiring the Stitchy girls. So if you want to grab a Stitchy girl set and add it to your collection, the link will be down below. While you're there, if you want, I still have more of the library cards, which are what I use to identify, put them on those luggage tags. That'll be down below as well. But it just is a perfect way for you to keep your library. You can see, Here's one right here. They're all tagged. That's the way I keep track of what's in what. So it's just a library card tag. And so you can add that to your, and then I also made sure to tell you guys that these were one of my favorite things from Advent that I created. And they have 3 pens. Happiness is handmade. Stitching is my superpower. And life's a stitch. Those are the 3 sayings that are on the pens. And the most fabulous part about these pens is they write in the ink color. So don't by any stretch of the imagination, everything I do is written in hot pink. Yes, it is. Grocery list, to-do list, agenda for today, the schedule for next week. It's all written in hot pink because everything's better if it's written in hot pink. Let's be honest. So, and then these 2 colors are great too. So the coral and the teal. So the ink is written in all those 3 colors. Fantastic. So these are on the website too. I will link those down below. So that was what the newsletter was mainly about. It was to tell you guys I had some things on the website that are coming up. Okay. Now, I am launching something new right now, right here, and it's a small little 5-day window where I'm testing something. Okay, so where did this come from? Let me tell you where it came from. So on Instagram, I don't know, sometime. I like to interact and ask questions and do polls and things. This kind of makes it a 2-way conversation, a little bit on Instagram stories. So I put a little box blurb saying on an Instagram story sometime recently, and I said, what do you want to see? What do you want to do? Let's do the things. Because we just finished the beanie along, and that was so much fun. I had so much fun interacting, being community, doing the things with you guys, my stitchy friends. So I was like, what do you want to do next? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? I had some ideas, right? The overwhelming response, I'm going to be honest with you, and I was blown away, but I was overwhelmingly response that you guys wanted to do a Project Keeper make along. I'm here for it. I'm 100% here for it. Asterisk. But bullet point things. The Project Keeper is not super beginner friendly. And so I was like, oh, we're going to make keepers together. It's going to be so great. And then I stepped back and I reflected, and I was reminded of some of my friends like Steph from Lindy Stitches and Sarah and Jen from, well, they've changed their Flosstube and they've kind of switched around, but Stitchy Friends is what they used to, so I've had some friends, some Flosstube friends who have made videos of themselves making the keepers. And the keepers are not like beginner friendly. They are not like jump out of the chute, let's make a keeper. And I want you to succeed. Like I was like feeling very anxious. Like, how am I going to help? I want my friends to succeed. I want to help you make keepers. I know, because my wait list is long and I can only make so many at a time. And so I want you to make them. And I've got the pattern, right? And if you're adventurous, and there's a video, I mean, like Handmade by Sarah W. She's the perfect prime. She's made lots of them, and she sings the praises, and I love her so much for of making her own keepers. She just follows. There's a 90-minute video where you make along and you do the keeper. But that's still not as much fun as doing it together, right? And I totally get that. I love doing things. I love sales. I love making things. I love quilt alongs, knit alongs, all the things. So I get that. So I did a lot of thinking and reflecting on how can we succeed? How can my friends be keeper makers one day? One day. Okay. So that's the goal. But I decided we needed a beginner. I was talking to my mom. I talk to my mom like 4 or 5 times a day. Let's just be honest. So when I say I talk to my mom, that's why. Bouncing things off her, business ideas off her is just a daily part of our daily conversation, be honest with you. Okay, so we were talking, and I don't want it, like I said, I can't just jump into the deep pool of a keeper along because I want you to succeed. And so instead, I came up with, now this is something, this was not a new, I came up with this size/pattern that I used personally when I went to Amana back in November. It was one of those things where I had a vintage, everything is created by need. I had a piece of vintage stitching that was this big and I couldn't waste it. Oh no, couldn't waste it. So I created this custom vintage stitching foamy thing. Okay, so let me grab a keeper. So here's a keeper, right? So this was, yeah, this is January's keeper. Make sure there's not a chart exposed. No, there's not. Okay, so this was my keeper. And so I designed a pattern for a bag that slides right in the back pocket. It was personal. Like if I wanted to take one keeper, but then have like another small project, perfect. A bag within a bag. Yes, please. Okay. So what I've decided and what I've come up with, I'm very excited about it. So is what I'm calling my Herringbone mini project bag. So it's a little more than just a project bag. I didn't want to just do just one fabric color project bag. We're going to baby steps, right? The tricky part of a keeper is sewing with vinyl. We're not practicing that part. We're practicing zippers. We're practicing installing zippers. We're practicing the binding. We're practicing sewing with foam. These are all skills. I call these like elementary school skills before we get to the college level skills or high school level skills of a project keeper. So with this project, we're going to work on your skills with all of those things. The binding, the foam. This is a foam bag. You can see you can't see, but you can, I'm telling you, it's squishy foam. We're going to quilt on the top of the foam like we do with the keeper, right? You're going to learn your quilting. You're going to sew with, this is the exact same zipper that I use. And that's one of the things when people write me and they're confused about this isn't working or this doesn't, this, that, and the other thing. It's because your material, you're not using exactly what I use. Which is fine. You can totally, but I can't help you. I can't help you if your materials are different. And especially the zipper and the foam matters. Not life or death. You can totally make it work, but I can't help you with the step-by-step if it's not the same. So what I have come up with, this right here. So it is going to be called the Herringbone Mini Project Bag Kit. And what this is it's a full kit using the beautiful Poppies and Plumes Riley Blake. It's this beautiful collection of those orange peel blocks and poppies and blues and pinks and magentas and basically all the fabrics you see here. Right? Gorgeous. So this is going to be an April make with Tiger Lily. So I hope you're excited about it. I'm super excited about it. It is my baby steps. We're going to do this together. You're going to learn some skills and hopefully feel more confident and ready. I don't know if we're going to jump right to the keeper. We're going to see how this one goes. But this one, we're going to learn some skills. And so what I have right now listed up down below listed, you can go and grab one of these mini bundles. Now in the bundle, so the bundle is available until April 3rd. Because I have to pre-order, I have to get all the fabric, get all the stuff, I have to get all the materials, cut it, and package it up. Because with the bundle, what do you get with the bundle? Great question. Perfect question. I'm so glad you asked. You're going to get enough strips. Now, I'm going to pre-strip these for you, okay? You're going to get enough strips. Now, as you can see, there's, let me see. 28 fabrics in this fat quarter bundle. So yours will not be exactly as mine is. It's all from this fabric, but you are going to get enough strips to make your herringbone fabric cover, the front and the back, just like I'm going to show you how to do. And you're going to get a piece of coordinating fabric for your inside. Won't necessarily be this one. And you're going to get a piece of pre-cut pieces to make your binding. Everything is going to be from this fat quarter bundle, not necessarily these colors. Your zipper will be this hot pink color because it matches perfectly and everybody loves it. Maybe not everybody, but I do. So it might not be this hot pink. It might be a little lighter pink, more like this like bubblegummy pink, but it's going to be a pink zipper. So you're going to get in your kit, you're going to get your strips of fabric pre-cut. You're going to get your inside fabric cut. You're going to get your binding cut. You're going to get the foam piece you need to make this. It's one piece of foam. I will show you how to do it, as well as the interfacing you need to make the herringbone pattern. So I'm going to show you, this is going to be an original, this is going to be a tiger lily pattern. I haven't completed the PDF yet. I'm working on it, but this will be a PDF pattern. So also in your kit, you will receive a color copy. If you've ever bought my Project Keeper pattern, will be very similar to that, but it will be a color copy of the pattern, giving you all the measurements and everything you need. So you will get the fabric, you will get the foam, you will get the interfacing, you will get the zipper, and you will get a color copy pattern. You will also get an exclusive link to a private April 27th, Saturday, April 27th, live make with me Q&A. Let's make it. Any questions? It's at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to block off a 2-hour window. And we're going to keep the class small. So if I have too many private or too many pre-orders, I'll open up a second classroom time. But for right now, we're just going to have the one at 2 p.m. Eastern on April 27th. And you'll get an exclusive link with your purchase. So that is what I've got. So this is your make with me. So we're going to make it on April 27th together on Saturday, or you can follow the directions. If you want to make it beforehand, you'll have the pattern ready to go. How this will work. I'm taking pre-orders until April 3rd. So next Wednesday, April 3rd is when the pre-orders will close. And then I will order all the materials that I need, and then they'll get here, and then I'll cut away like for days. I'll be cutting and bundling up your kit so that it's ready to go. The kits will all be shipped out no later than April 19th. And that'll give you plenty of time for it to be received by April 27th. So you're ready for our Make With Me Day. If you can't make that day, no worries. There will be a replay link available to you as a kit purchaser. So you'll be able to you won't be able to ask one-on-one live questions, but chances are somebody might ask your question anyway, so you'll have access to that live. Additionally, if you are like overzealous, which I love that for you, and you're like, I love these project bag or these mini herringbone bags because I have a collection of keepers, and how great would it be just to make a whole bunch. Now, not only are these great in the keeper, right? I told you they fit perfect. Like I planned it. They measure 8 by 10, in case you're wondering. They measure 8 by 10. So not only are they perfect for to go in your keeper to add more bigger projects, keep your floss, keep your doodads, keep whatever you want in your project keeper, they're also perfect as a small project bag. Meaning, like if you have a small chart, one of these size chart, which is basically just a sheet of paper folded in half, it fits perfect in there, like it was made for it. It fits perfect in there with your fabric, your floss, your doodah. So it's a great standalone travel, and it's foam, so it's sturdy and it's fantastic. And you could throw some scissors, all the things you could have in this one little grab and go, throw it in your tote bag, and you are set. So it's a standalone project bag and or accessory for your keeper library options. So, but what I was saying is that if you're like, oh, I love these, I want to make 10 of them. Fantastic. I'm so excited for you. So you can get the couple different ways. You can get the pattern. The pattern will come with this kit. The poppies, and I think I called it pink and poppies on my website, but it's the poppies and plume fabric color, but it's the pink and poppies herringbone mini kit. It's linked down below. So you'll get the copy of the pattern with the kit, or you can buy the PDF pattern. Will be available for sale on my website closer to when we get down to the class time. So I'll let you know exactly when the PDF is available. Or you can have an add-on essentials bundle. So if you get the kit and you're like, oh, this is perfect, I need to make 10 of them. I'm going to make one with you in the Poppy's herringbone color. And then I want to make a Christmas one and an Easter one and a Halloween one and a Flag Day one and all the things. I have created what I'm calling the essentials bundle. What that is the foam, the interfacing, and the zipper. So no fabric and no pattern, but you get all the same ingredients. You don't have to worry about sourcing your foam. I've heard lots of people that it's hard, especially like sometimes it's hard to find the exact materials that I'm going to tell you to find. Either A, hard to find them, or B, you have to buy a whole bolt of them. And you may not want a whole bolt. Maybe you just want a piece that's already pre-cut. The foam is cut to size, ready to go. The interfacing is cut to size, ready to go to do this herringbone technique that I will teach you in the pattern. And then this is also, these are my favorite zippers. These are the only zippers I use. This is what's in the keeper, and this is what I buy in bulk. And so you will get a zipper in the essentials bundle. So that's a link down below. You can add as many $10 essential bundles to your kit box. So first shipping is no additional. So maybe if you get the kit and you want to add 2 other ones to make more for you, for your friend, maybe great table mate gifts for any upcoming retreats you have, and all you have to do is add your fabric. If you've got a stash of fat quarters, that's what we're using, you will get tons of bags out of that and doing this fun little herringbone pattern. So you're just going to have to add your own fabric from your stash, grab a fat quarter bundle from Fat Quarter Shop or whatever your favorite shop is to grab fabric from, and then make to your heart's content. So you can add some of those essential bundles to your kit, and they will all ship together, ready to go. In your notes, when you're checking out, if you're getting an essentials bundle, I will tell you that the zippers are random. But right now, as I record this, I have a dozen of probably every color of the rainbow that my favorite zipper maker sells. So I have quite a collection of zippers. So if you, in your notes, if you get some essential bundles and you add it to your cart, put in your notes, would love a blue or pink, would love a green or yellow. Give me a couple options, please. And I will see if I can accommodate the zipper in the color that you're looking for. So hopefully that's exciting. So that is what I have new for you guys this week that's going to be exclusive to the kits. If you get a kit, then you can join the make along video live class thing that we're going to do on April 27th, Saturday. It's going to be on YouTube, but it's going to be a private link only. So you won't get the link unless you buy the kit. And I think that's what I have for you today, friends. Yeah. So please, if you have any questions, like I said, I was trying to come up with a way that I could get you guys. We're going to travel down the road. We're going to get to a keeper. I promise we're going to get to a keeper. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you're excited to make keepers with me. I want to do it. But I want to set you up for success. I want to, keepers are going to be a bigger investment in a kit as well as a bigger investment in time. And so, you need to learn binding. Binding is not easy. I'll just be honest with you. And so if you can practice on a couple of these sweet, adorable herringbone pattern project bags, mini project bags, you will be so excited. And by the end of it, you're going to get better every time you do one. Your binding's going to get better every time. Sewing the zipper. I mean, you don't know how many times weekly I get messages about people saying, my needle broke under my zipper. How do I do this? I bought this zipper and it doesn't. There are so many different things out there, and I wish I could help you all. But the problem is it took me a while to find the right products and to find what works best. And so this was my best way of bringing you guys with me and telling you how to do it and bringing you along. And I hope you're excited. Then you're going to be like the project maker galore, and you'll be able to make mini herringbone patterns for days for all your friends. So I hope you're excited. Again, I can't wait to make that one with you. Okay, so last thing. Why did I pick? This looks like the purchase, so you know. This is where my Mother's Day start is going. I have already picked it out. I'm not sharing it with you today because you can't buy it for yourself directly from the designer. And that's who I want you to support well, you can support your L&S totally. But I want to give as much love to my designer friend as possible. So I'm waiting until April. So next week, I will tell you what my Mother's Day start is going to be, so you can go if you want to join along. And but she's going in here, and I can't wait. So spoiler alert, colors. Yeah. So that is what I have for you today, friends. Like I said, I'm not sharing any of my knitting today because I felt like we're good. We're good. We're long enough. We've been here. We've done that. We're doing all the things. So there will be more knitting. Don't think I've almost finished that cowl. I've got some more socks in the needles. I have plans to maybe start a sweater or 3, in my spare time. But in the meantime, friends, I hope you're enjoying your spring. Happy spring. It is the first week of spring sometime recently. So enjoy your spring. Hopefully those allergies aren't getting ya. Beautiful flowers bring sneezy noses, right? Okay, so friends, I will see you next time. Happy quilting, happy knitting, happy hooking. Those are my favorites. Knitting, hooking, quilting, all the things. And of course, happy stitching.